Buzelis gets the assignment on Brandon Ingram coming off 34 against the Pistons. He's at 30+ in both meetings against the Bulls. R.J. Barrett puts down a pair.
He got caught in between it. He was going to try to pass it, and then at the last second he used that length to get to the rim. Just couldn't finish. Good defense by Trey Jones, stopping quickly.
Barrett ends up putting another one down. He's got all 5 in the contest so far. And I don't think you want to burn a challenge this early on a 50-50 play. There is Brandon Ingram knocking down a 3. Ingram. Good defense by Smith. Ingram, though, you can see Barnes rather, his elevation at 6'7", and a nice leap. He finishes over Smith.
Shoot the 3. He can post up. He can take it off the bounce. Very versatile, and he's a very good defensive player.
Back to B.I. Coming off his second All-Star nod in his career. Puts in the mid-range jumper. About a quarter of his points come from the mid-range. Ingram against Patrick Williams. He's done very little offensively. Has had some tough defensive assignments, though. Ingram, the mid-range, that's where he is king. Only DeMar DeRozan has a higher percentage of points from the mid-range.
Well, that's why I said, Modest being a 3-level scorer, that's what he wanted to do right there. Nice drive.
Sexton back in the lineup and back in the scoring. So he's in one of his better scoring stretches this season. He's hurt the Bulls plenty. Battle to Walter. A couple of young players. Team up for 3.
Boy.
That's a real sponsorship. Xavier,
come on, baby.
up.
I don't want my ops to see that, baby. They're trying to get me, baby.
I think they're going to see it and be like, oh, I guess we got to get into the Stacey King. All those sponsorships, and now you're crushing it on TV. Sexton a 3. That won't go. Tapped alive. Williams inside. Blew the layup. Yabusele second chance. Make it 3rd. Sexton in the paint. Runner goes down.
Get himself set at him.
Just hoisted it up there with that clock winding down. Right to the post goes Scotty Barnes, and he's added that to his game over the years.
And the big wings are here. You know, the small guards is, you know, they're kind of going down. They're going back to a bigger lineups.
They're like the 12th, 13th guys on the bench for Minnesota. They come here, they're, you know, in the starting lineup as Smith is a 3. They're part of the 6th or 7th man rotation. I think actually putting them in a division with Detroit, Chicago, and Milwaukee might be ideal.
Yeah. But I tell you what, though, if you're Minnesota, you're hollering for that. Get out of the tough Western Conference. You've been to the Western Conference Finals twice.
Good effort by Yabusele. Another offensive rebound for Gershon. Takes the 3.
Beat a 3. Yabba dabba do. He's always trying to, you know, to make a play for the team on defense.
Quickly puts it in. First 2 of the night for Emmanuel Quickly, who averages 17 a game. There's Buzelis working on Mamukelashvili. Tough contested jumper won't go. R.J. Barrett grabs the rebound. Quickly. Barnes. The left. Here he is. Now there's that hedge. Slings to Battle. Lefty 3. 41% this guy from outside in his second year. Undrafted free.
For the second time in the last couple of weeks, Billy Donovan, unsolicited, just raved about Isaac Okoro. Said he doesn't get enough credit for doing all the dirty work. Obviously leads the team in charges, shoots the corner 3, never complains about touches. He said his conversations with Billy Donovan always center on how can I help this team win. So Isaac Okoro firmly in this team's core for this season as well.
Oh yeah, he's definitely in the core. You know, and where I'd like to see him and the team implement him a little bit more is to take advantage of his ability to feel the lane and run a nice pass.
Hurdle is able to find Barrett on that backside after he got double teamed. Tough assignment for Buzelis on Brandon Ingram. The stop and go. You can see the change of pace. Finds Quickly for 3. Barnes 11 points, 5 rebounds. He's a triple-double waiting to happen. Even though he only has 2 this year, he's got a ton of double-doubles. Quickly, kick at the bounce. Pearl gets the offensive rebound and a deft touch at the rim in traffic.
You go back, I mean, you got to remember, he came in as an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
His body wasn't even nowhere being developed.
Another turnover for the Bulls, their 10th. Barnes, Pearl, running, and 1.
The ball is driven to a help defender. They're always there.
Now the pace is picked up. Toronto shot profiles 3 being better than 2. I understand the 22-footer makes no sense, right? Why would you take 22-footers when you move back 1 foot and knock down 3 and get an extra point? That makes
under the league average from the three-point line. So you go back and say, well, 3 is better than 2. The more we take, the better we get. No, that's not necessarily the case. I mean, we've seen teams only hit 8 3-pointers in a game. Bulls right now are at 8 for 20. And Toronto's 8, but they're getting a lot of points in the paint. There's a balance there. It's not just one-sided where you're just shooting threes the whole night.
Jones, tough drive through traffic. Smith is there. Little life for maybe the first time tonight for the Bulls. Ingram, 6 of 6 from the field, 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Oh, mama.
He gives it up for just looking around the arena and go, man, we're not going to have too many left here for this season. There's Mamukalashvili, nice feed off to Barrett, and a 3. Nice pass by the big man there.
That's another thing you see the good teams do. They are not afraid to make the extra pass. They don't care who scores. If they got a better opportunity in the corner, they're going to make that extra pass.
They're top 5 in assists per game as a team. Nice finish by Giddey there as he gets just his 3rd field goal on 11 chances. 15 points. It's taken 12 shots to get there, but he's gotten to the line 6 times. And he lays that one in. A strong drive as college players of the 20th century, and just couldn't find the same level of traction in the NBA. Now, obviously, found great success, multiple championships, Hall of Famer. It's so funny to me. I cover multiple sports. I cover the NFL. There's so many NFL players. There's multiple NFL defensive backs, including the one that the Bears just traded for, named Kobe Bryant, as Williams knocks that down. So shout out to, I'm sorry I don't remember who did it on TikTok, but whoever did too many Jalen's, that's one of the funniest things I've ever watched. And it all goes back to the original Jalen, seemingly Jalen Rose. Mamukalashvili on a nice shed feed, puts it in. Saturday against Japan in the quarters. It was a blast. Jones had it erased by Walter.
Good defense. See, they don't quit on the plays defensively. Oh, mama. Don't do them like that. Well, mama's over there telling us, hey, look, don't worry about what's going on after portal, because I'm out here.
Williams. Shed was looking to draw the foul. Buzelis was trying to make sure he didn't step on Shed. Nope. 4 of their 5 starters have double figures. Battle, tough catch. Walter drive on Buzelis. And 1. They're not going to be an easy out. I'll tell you that right now in the postseason. Dillingham to Richards. And Nick underneath. He was upset and took it out on the rim.
Get back.
Barnes beats everybody down the floor. That was bad transition defense.
So you have to hustle back. You watch Toronto make or miss. They're going back, running hard to the paint.
They've given up 32, 40, and 36 in the first 3 quarters at the Bulls. Nice drive with speed by Dillingham.
And you can see that their coach has got them focused on what they need to be doing on both ends of the floor.
Nice feed to Pirtle off the deflection with Barrett's pass. It still made it to Jakob, and they've scored 110. So now every starter is in double figures, plus 2 guys off the bench. Nice drive.
21 minutes from Portal.
Barrett played 27, scored 23, and then quickly 26 minutes. Nice job by Miller on the backside.
Yeah, he did. A little bit more incentive.
Mamukalashvili looking for Walter. That's loose to Yuki. Behind the back to Miller. It's Yuki, man.
I mean, he can make passes that only a lot of people don't even see.
Dillingham's open. Knocks it down. Nice shot.
You got bigs on littles, littles on bigs, and all of a sudden the good teams like Toronto will exploit that.
Turns into a Jonathan Swift novel, as you just pointed out. Dillingham foul line. Nice.
Make him dance, Rob Dilly. See, there's a mismatch again.
Yep.
Look, and Lachlan should be running back now, trying to get him out of there.
Lachlan needs to get over to the side, or Richards, one or the other, one of the 2 bigs. And instead you got Richards guarding Dick at the perimeter. That's not good for anybody. Dillingham to Yuki. Well, the crowd wants it. They want it. They got it.
Hey, the art of the mid-range game, baby. It's a lost art. Yuki comes in.
Part of the Japanese national team. Played in the Olympics now. That helped him get signed with Memphis. Dillingham again. It was Nick Fazekas who played for Dallas. And then we've only had 7 others since. Nice dime. and Jackson Davis dunks it.
I hope it's the Sonics in Seattle, but it might be
Vegas Vipers, baby.
Vipers, not too bad.
You can use that if you want to, Adam Silver. It's free.
Well, good to see Darko Rayakovic.